Hello. So after my video yesterday, I went on Dogs of the Desert training server, and this video basically contains a bunch of slow motion of interactions or encounters that I have with players that repeat themselves over and over again, and I just want to highlight this because the video I made yesterday is getting a lot of views. So I also want to offer clear solutions to problems that all players encounter when fighting other players. And you can see here I'm very rusty. I haven't played on Dogs of the Desert for a couple of months, and this is actually the first PvP fight. But it was Sunday morning and there was almost nobody there, so I took the opportunity to immediately start fighting as soon as somebody was here willing to fight me. And first of all, I want to thank these players if they somehow watch this video. If I would have told them that I was gonna record this, then they probably would have fought differently. So and this is where I die. But you can see, yeah, the screen is very shaky because I'm obviously nervous. I know I'm recording and I haven't done a PvP fight for a long time. So a lot of these problems have to do with hyper armor. When do you have hyper armor? When do you not have it? It's very difficult for an unexperienced player to get enough experience in to understand how this hyper armor actually works and how to use it to their advantage. And you will notice that as soon as I start using one of these 3 alpha weapons, the spear, the two-handed axe, or the bow, that I'm winning fights, while when I'm not using one of these weapons, I get hammered. And you will see this is not specifically to me or my playstyle. You will also see that these other players will react to this. Here I'm going to make a side-by-side comparison between the heavy attack and the light attack on the mace. Heavy hit while he's full HP, and here I do a light attack while he's full HP. It actually does more damage, the light attack, and then the charge attack is more or less the same as the light attack. I don't know the exact numbers. But this is one of the biggest problems in PvP, yeah? The horizontal range of this spear and the ability to get away with stuff doesn't stack up to the other weapons. The spear is super overpowered in comparison to all the other weapons. because of that horizontal range you have. It really feels like the spear has this hitbox that is gigantic, while it actually should be a single point being thrusted forward. Because none of the other weapons have this. Yeah, and here I make a stupid mistake. I walk straight into the charge attack of the katana. You see, I get hyper armor when I roll with the spear. And don't get hit. Well, the first time this was a proper dodge. But the spear just cuts through that. You saw that the other player, when he was rolling, got hit by my spear. Boom, again. And he gets visibly frustrated. He wants to play with this weapon, but he can't. Because he knows he's just gonna get dismantled. So he's forced to one of the alpha weapons. Not by choice, but if he wants to be competitive, he has to choose one of those weapons. And I have nothing personal against these weapons. But I find it disappointing that the other weapons don't stack up to these. And rather than nerfing the spear, the bow, and the two-handed axe, buff these weapons that don't stack up to the best weapons right now. You see, he initiates the attack long before I do, but I don't get kicked out of my animation. But if you would do this with the hammer, you would get kicked out of your animation if you do the light attack. And if you do the heavy attack, you would be simply too slow. At this point I know I can just keep chasing him, because if he tries to trade with me, even though he has Berserker and Blood Mad Berserker, he's never going to out-trade me versus the two-handed axe. Unless he gets really lucky. Just look at this arc. It's almost like a 360-degree range of motion that you have around you to hit the enemy, while the axe goes almost down in a straight line. You can also see that they are playing the meta. They don't have the best gear, they're playing the meta, the Silent Legion. But the best gear is actually the Kari armor with the Kurak pants. For melee, of course. And this is so strange about Conan Exiles, yeah. Everybody is forced into the same set of gear. You have one encumbrance build to farm, you have one strength build that is best, and you have one agility build that is best. There are no alternatives. Just look at this hit with the spear now. And you could say, oh, this is just desync. No, it's not. It's just over and over and over again. If you pay attention to the spear hits in this video, some are open for discussion, but most of them are just super obvious. There's no argument against it. Everybody knows it. Everybody who has a little bit of experience in Conan Exiles know that the spear is the most powerful, except for the bow, because the bow is, yeah, the bow is the bow. Yeah, you don't even have to get close to the enemy. You don't have to trade. You can simply keep your distance and kill your enemy's HP without ever taking the risk of getting hit. Again, just look at it. It's this is also a very beautiful example of how he has the initiative. He clearly starts his attack first, so he should have the right way of going. He should interrupt my later started attack, but he just gets killed. If you have somebody wielding a one-handed sword and somebody else has a spear and they have the same amount of skill level, the sword doesn't stand a chance. Because you can see here I just have to dodge, and because he can't cancel his animation, he will simply be standing there and I walk in a circle around him and hit him. Again and again and again. Same with the hammer. It's just too slow. And people are stuck in these animations. They can't cancel them like they used to. Animation cancelling would solve a lot of the problems with the other weapons. I'm not gonna argue this one. Clearly hit me, but... He should have gotten that kill right there, but he doesn't. I don't know why it sometimes doesn't register, but I guess it's the least of all the problems. You can already see what's going to happen, right? He initiated the attack before me, doesn't kick me out of my animation, and gets punished for it too. He gets punished for being better at the game. Hij is in Siptech hier. Yeah, from here there's just some shenanigans and having some fun. I guess they got sick and tired of waiting for a fight because there was almost nobody there. But we continue to fight for almost an hour. I'm not gonna bore you with 20 or 30 fights. It's very obvious what the problem is, yeah. Some weapons are very unpredictable when it comes to having hyper armor or not. The spear has a gigantic hitbox vertically, horizontally, That makes it very frustrating because it's very obvious you are not in range of the enemy. But for some reason like you see now, for some reason this spear connects anyway. And then you do a counterattack and it doesn't take any damage. He gets the poison. He gets clearly interrupted and hit, but it doesn't take the damage. And here's the same thing going to happen with the katana. I'm standing on the opposite side of it, but still you will see that I get hit, I take poison, but I'm not taking any damage. So animation cancelling, bringing that back will increase the competitiveness of a lot of weapons. And then like for the maces, yeah, it's not normal, right? It's just simple testing. The light attack does more damage than the heavy attack and the charge attack. Why would I use that weapon? You don't even have to look at it. Hammer is the same problem. Well, hammer is a different problem. Yeah, the animations are too slow to be competitive with the two-handed axe.